Welcome to ISE's Equity Index Weekly Outlook, a weekly outlook on ISE and other industry indexes, hosted by Patrick Seresna, a derivative market specialist and investment manager with extensive expertise in options and the broader derivative markets. ISE trades options on more than 15 proprietary sector indexes, as well as broad-based indexes and a variety of licensed benchmarks. ISE continually enhances its trading systems and develops new index options products to provide investors with the best marketplace and investment tools to trade smarter.
Hello and welcome to the ISE Equity Index Outlook for December 20th, 2010. This is Patrick Seresna. As always, we start off with a chart of the S&P 500 using that SPDR exchange traded fund symbol SPY. We more or less came and tested properly into the 125, 126 focal point up above that we were looking for the first target. Now at this stage, we may go through a little bit of profit taking, but overall we're looking still for this to potentially proceed higher over the next week or two. Now we're not doing a forecast next week, so the next ISE outlook will actually be in the new year. By then, wherever this market ends up consolidating at or above, there becomes a chance that the much-needed profit-taking cycle may occur into the earnings season. More than likely, we won't really see this transpire over the next week or two, and there's room for this market to continue to progress higher. The only time that we would actually be concerned about this S&P 500 in the bigger picture would be if it consolidated all the way back down towards the 118, 119 level, or at least even made it down to the 120. At that moment, it would clearly show a distinct loss of momentum, and we would start looking for topping or reversal patterns. But really at this stage, there's nothing technically wrong with the price action here, and there is certainly room for this to continue to proceed higher. Next here, I want to take a look at the ISE US Regional Banks Index, which is symbol JLO. We had a very strong, robust reversal in the regional banks the other week, and we basically spent last week just taking a breather or a profit-taking cycle downwards. That overhead resistance just came in right under that 2450 area that we marked off. Really at this stage, though, so long as all the profit taking is contained to the 2350 area on the downside, even if it temporarily shot down to, let's say, 2275 and then got back above there, that would just be a profit taking cycle that's finding support, and there would be room for the regional banks to come right back up into that 25 or even attempt to break it on the upside. So at this juncture, I still believe that there is room for regional banks to do further higher testing. Next here, I want to take a look at the ISE Syndex, which is a symbol SIN. This is an index of all the casino, tobacco, and distiller companies. And we sort of drew this triangle in there last week with that support line right around that 125 that was marked off by the blue box. But really at this stage, it could even be looked like one very big ascending triangle. We have another little flag up above that's now attempting to break out. If we have any breaks to higher highs here, then the Syndex does have room to come test the 136, 138 level. Measured moves actually even target higher than those zones, but there are some very important highs that came in up along those upper zones, and we would anticipate there to be at least a couple rejections up in that level before the Syndex really had the ability to go higher. So if we have any break here above this 32, 33 area on the upside, there's room all the way up to 136, 138. Next year, I want to take a look at the ISE Home Builders Index, which is a RUF, and more or less we had a very strong reversal off of that 850 level on the downside, and we've now spent a week consolidating around this 9.25, 950 area, which is a support resistance line we had drawn in for months. And more or less, the home builders are in a position to attempt to break this on the upside. Now, we want to see whether they can do this with the whole market or whether or not the home builders can actually rally while the whole market consolidates. We'll find out shortly. But if we have any solid break above 950 here, then we could not only see a retest of that 970, 980 high that came in a month ago, but realistically can come up and test that 10, 10.25 area on the upside, which was a target we had originally for an upside move. Next year, I want to take a look at the ISE Natural Gas Index, which is symbol FUM. And here we also sort of drew this triangle, that consolidation, not much different than what we saw in the Syndex. We had a very nice bullish break to a higher high, and now we're forming another secondary flag off of the rejection off that 117, 119 focal point. Really, this is a very interesting moment in the natural gas index, because if we see this consolidation hold this 114 area, even again a temporary breakdown to, let's say, 113 and then back above the 114.15 area would actually not change this technically. But if this little flag or wedge here that's forming bullishly rolls up and breaks above that 117, 119 area, it really does open the window for a finished move that could even go as high as the 125, 130 area. There's no certainties of how high it can go, but that would certainly be a very reasonable target if we have a good break above 117. Finally, I want to take a look at the ISE Mini FTSE 100 Index, which is a symbol UKX. And more or less here, we came up and retested all the highs along that 580, 590 zone right up along the upside. We were looking for this flag formation to have an upside target up into the 600 and 620. But the truth is that we've spent an entire week rejecting off this 590 level. The only thing we're temporarily concerned about is the possible chance that this could develop into a double top, and if that does develop into a double top with a reversal back down below 580, then at that stage we'll stop looking for these upside targets. Really, at this stage, there's no technical evidence beyond overhead resistance that this rally has stopped. If the FTSE in any way breaks above 590, it will finish that move to 620 on the upside, that blue box on that next leg. So there's no technical evidence of reversal, but the fact that we're stalling at overhead resistance at least has to now have us consider the chance that there might be a double top come in here. That was your ISE Equity Index Outlook. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for participating in this week's session. Please join us again next week. For more information about Patrick Ceresna and to sign up for free index options trade alerts, visit www.optionsource.net. To learn more about ISE index options, visit us at www.ise.com/indexoptions.